It depends on the characteristic of the man himself. How much discipline does he have?
Yes.
We could say yes and we can say no. We can say yes because of all the options they have, but if he's a thoroughly disciplined man, those options mean nothing to you because of you.
That's only if he has the discipline that you guys are talking about, or what you consider discipline. And the problem that you guys have is that what y'all think is discipline is not what made that man disciplined or what made him rich. So a guy who is disciplined, his discipline be like, you know what? If I only one woman a month, that means I'm 12 women a year. So that's 343 days, or yeah, right? 43 days where I'm faithful. I'm 98% faithful. To him, that may still be discipline.
Do you think if she would have met most men and tried to settle down in her 20s, they would have just went for it, even though she was still a video vixen? Or was video vixen a death sentence relationship-wise for her? Well, it's not, because Superhead got married.
Well, that's the thing. So it's not about just getting married, right? The cool thing is any man can get married if he wants to. He just has to choose someone who, you know, that's whatever, right? Mm-hmm. It's about marrying somebody. It's about marrying a man that other men respect. Like when you walk in, like when your husband walks into a room, the nigga be like, "Oh yeah, we seen that nigga to the store." Like it's not like he was. You know, saying he's not a man of clout, name, or resources. He's just a man because by his biology. But no one respects him. Like no one admires him. No one lives him. Like he can't lead anybody. So that's just the man that you have to choose because he's the one willing to accept you. So her getting married isn't the flex. If she had got married to a nigga who was worth something, then we probably would have had a different conversation. Mm-hmm. But Melissa Ford never had that opportunity because she came into the game hot. One who was young and hot then. Her best strategy would have been to get an older nigga when she was young. Like, because being even, you know, before people give Eve a hard time. You see what she went and did. She changed her whole.
Eve went and married her a billionaire, baby.
Like she changed her whole image. You ain't seen Eve pick up a microphone since she started dating Brody. Like
she got up out of Dodge.
So are you saying that black women once they get popular, they should just go marry rich white men?
Nope. That's not what the fuck I'm saying at all. Nope. I'm not about to have
didn't do that though. Let's be honest. For a majority of black women, white men are your last resort.
We didn't say rich white. We didn't say white men. I don't think that black women should go date white men at all.
I'm saying with Eve, Serena, her sister, they all waited until after peak and then was like, now I'm going to settle down with a nice, wealthy white man who's going to, you know, give me the kids, do the things.
Those white men married those women's legacies.
Well, yeah, that's a whole different conversation that I'm not going to go into right now because I feel like I could go on a rant about that. But I also feel like with Eve didn't carry herself the way Melissa Ford and
she's a rapper.
Superhead carried her.
I would say Eve was worse.
Have you not seen Eve's sex tape?
Oh
no,
I forgot.
Sorry, forgot
about
that.
But that was CBJ, right, or something like that.
She used to say she the pit bull in the skirt. Like, my nigga, that's like, who you marrying? The pit bull in the skirt? That's crazy, but you know.
So she ready like now. She sit with her legs crossed at the ankles and everything.
Melissa Ford got an ego. Like when she was even giving her commentary, you could tell that she was really bothered off the fact that these men who surpassed her success, and that she's kind of always had that ego. I think that's her issue. It really is not the fact that she's attractive. I mean, there's a whole bunch of girls that look like Melissa Ford or something better, but her issue is like she never could command respect at the same level, and she's talked about it, and that still is relevant now. Like she's bothered that you got a man that can probably buy you 12, 15 times over, and you're bent out of shape because of his attitude. Well, then go get a normal dude, but you're not gonna do that because you think you better than them, and then you think you better than average. Yo, I don't feel sorry for her. That's her fault. She wasted her time. She wasted her window. So, you know, we'll see her in 10, 20 years when she's 65 and still complaining with her Kamala Harris suits on. I don't feel sorry for her.
The life cycle of being a hoe ends when you're 26. Every year that you in that hoe phase, after that, you just damning yourself after your 40s to end up on the couch.
But Drea said your wholeness gets deleted. You don't remember that interview she did? Drea said, no, after a while, your wholeness gets deleted.
I just don't repeat silly shit that I don't believe in. So I would have never brought that up because your wholeness absolutely does not get.
It got deleted because Drea's with like that basketball player. What's his name?
The young boy? That's the same name as her team?
Yeah, that one.
People overlook
No, that's crazy. Let's not use her as an example.
Yeah. I have a question for the panel. Many women are told to marry a financially stable man. Is chasing money hurting real connection in modern day?
Absolutely.
I don't think that it's hell no. I don't think it's hurting. Women should want a stable man.
Yeah.
I wish the fuck my daughter would be like, well, he's gonna make it. He's gonna blow. He's gonna be a rapper. No, absolutely not. We're not doing that. Potential.
I don't think that's necessarily what he meant per se. Because I feel like,
stable?
Huh?
He said financially stable, right? Which, what are we defining as that in this modern day and age?
But is it different? He said it's not financially stable. It's just marry for money. Like, was that not the question?
Yeah, many women are told to marry a financially stable man. Is chasing money hurting the real connection in modern day?
Right. And then that goes back to what she was saying, you know, what does financially stable look like to you? Because let's say he has a 1-bedroom apartment and, you know, he's making enough money to sustain his 1-bedroom apartment and, you know, he's good. He's stable in his sense. But then, like, if he's dealing with a woman who has a house, you know, she may not view him as financially stable. So it depends.
But he could be in that 1-bedroom. Is he financially stable to take on another person? He can just be living below his means.
Facts.
Never know. He might be having 100K somewhere in the 401k, RIA, all that stuff. So,
like financial stability is not like like y'all saying, one fixed number or lifestyle. It depends on the person's responsibilities, their expectations, and obviously who they dating.
Mm-hmm.
I think I know some military financial stable people that live way below their means. But most women probably wouldn't date them, probably because they would assume based off of looks that they're not, you know, they're not stable.
Into the bag, yeah.
Right.
A lot of women equate financial stability to material listed things.
So, not knowing those are the brokest people because you just spend all your money on looking good.
Facts.
It means nothing. What, Chris Rock still in his Toyota Corolla or something like that? Like, and you see how much he make. Adam Sandler, like, come on.
Yeah, if you would have ever seen Adam Sandler walking down the street, you would not think that, oh, that nigga got money.
Like you said, it's equated to materialistic. And like, oh, you got to look good. Not for nothing. You should still look like you should at least be presentable, haircut, you know what I mean? Nail shaped up or something like that. Be presentable. I'm not saying you got to be walking around here with every Louis Gucci down this. Because my first thought when I see things like that, I'm like, you're broke. Your debt to income ratio is probably through the roof. Mm-hmm. I see an extreme luxury car. I'm like, yeah, your payment's probably like a good $2,000, and your insurance is probably $1,000 alone. Yeah.
Are wealthy men less loyal in relationships because they have too many options?
No.
Yes.
It depends on the characteristic of the man himself. How much discipline does he have?
Yes.
We could say yes and we can say no. We can say yes because of all the options they have. But if he's a thoroughly disciplined man, those options mean nothing to you because of your discipline.
That's only if he has the discipline that you guys are talking about or what you consider discipline. And the problem that you guys have is that what y'all think is discipline is not what made that man disciplined or what made him rich. So a guy who is disciplined, his discipline be like, you know what? If I only fuck one woman a month, that means I'm fucking 12 women a year. So that's 343 days, or 43 days where I'm faithful. I'm 98% faithful. To him, that may still be disciplined. So like you'd have to ask, like we have to not ask, but take in consideration what being disciplined means to him.
No, like you said, we have to ask. What is your definition of discipline? Because if it's one woman per month, you're out the door. Absolutely.
No, you're out the door. He doesn't qualify, baby. You'd have an issue with that. There are a lot of women who would deal with it.
Yeah.
Right. And that's why I said, like you said, it goes off a definition of discipline.
So I would think that men are as loyal as how they define loyal. I don't think that a guy that has unlimited, he has the same sexual access to the women as the women that he's attracted to do. I mean, he had to earn his, so he's probably going to want to utilize that or leverage that access at some point, whether or not it be, on a trip and he just bent somebody over a balcony, go back home to his family. Like, you know, it doesn't matter because he just was with her for that moment.